Well, there. I decided on the topic of why it isn't important, why it doesn't matter whether you consent to these gang stalkers or not. A lot of reasons. The main reason, though, is because what they're doing is illegal in the first place, so they don't care if you consent. I mean, constitutionally speaking, it's illegal that they follow you around. It's illegal that they harass you. It's illegal that they dig into your cyber life, your work life, your medical history, your sexual habits, whether you drink, whether you smoke, whether you eat, sleep, how you fuck, all that. But the reason it doesn't matter, like there's in the title, why it doesn't matter if you consent to these gang stalkers, is because what they're doing is fucking illegal. If it wasn't illegal, they wouldn't do their very best to insinuate that it doesn't exist, that it's not happening to you, that you're something wrong with you, that you're somehow the problem, when you're not the problem. If you're like me, you're most likely spending all your time just sitting there, not doing anything. You're just sitting there. You're sitting there right now, right? You're just sitting there. You're just watching me on here right now. Gonna probably chat, whatever maybe. But you're not doing anything of, anybody else's business other than, sitting there, right? Watching your computer, listening to other people do their live, or doing a live yourself, or playing a video, watching TV, whatever it is you're doing, masturbating, I don't know, fucking watching porn, whatever you're doing. It doesn't matter as long as you're doing it in the privacy of your own residence. It's really nobody else's fucking business but your own. But with these people, that is not the case. It doesn't matter that you don't want them there. It doesn't matter that you tell them to go away. It doesn't matter that you didn't do anything to deserve this. It doesn't matter that you call the police and report the shit. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that you call them out on the street. It doesn't matter that you say who they are, know what their name is, where they live, that they're stalking you, that you report this shit. It doesn't fucking matter, right? Because it doesn't matter. That's why it doesn't matter whether you consent, because it doesn't matter. They're going to do it anyway. I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's an opinion I have. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that they're doing it. It doesn't matter that you don't like them doing it. It doesn't matter that it's fucking illegal. Hi, Amber. How are you? Anyway, let me go ahead and put the link in here in case somebody wants to come and chat. I haven't got to that yet. I just started rambling. So, but what does matter is that it's illegal. See, that's kind of a catch-22 there. It doesn't matter to them because it's illegal and they don't care. But it does matter because it's illegal and people should care. Not just the harassment, but The continuous verbal assaults, the physical assaults with the directed energy weapons, the cyber harassment, the identity manipulation, the threats, all that shit matters, but it doesn't matter because it's illegal and no one's paying attention to it. And the consensus is, to get their lackeys to, reiterate how it doesn't exist, every time somebody comes into your chat or into your live or whatever it is you're doing, or your space as a targeted individual, and do what the best they can to project you as the bad guy. Even people that come into your chat, they're putting you down for being targeted. It's always that you're the problem. Something's wrong with you. You're crazy. This shit doesn't exist. Nobody's after you. Why would anybody stalk you? Blah 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 blah. That's the drill. That's the perp drill. Hi Tanya. I was just over on someone else's show, just in the chat, and just watching it live. He's getting rather angry. Yeah, I can understand why, being a target, you get rather angry. I've got rather angry before myself. And the reason why he was angry, or I get angry, or other targets get angry, is the same. Because why the fuck is this shit still going on? And I was watching a broadcast on YouTube that had to do with the Senate, and they were grilling Christopher Wray, and who is the director of the FBI at the moment, I guess, and another gentleman, Alejandro, whatever, Markla or whatever, the head of the DHS, and some other person. I can't remember her name, but this was Senator Hawley, I think is her name, was grilling them basically on what their practices are to do with domestic terrorism, and that's what this is. This is domestic terrorism, and how they're handling it. Well, he was putting his foot down on top of Alejandro's neck, pretty much. The leader, or whatever, the director of DHS. And some of the things he said, and he had citations, he had emails, interactions with other entities to deal with this Alessandro person. And he said blah blah blah, this and that, and you're an asshole, then you're an asshole for doing this, you're an asshole for doing that, blah 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 blah, what the fuck are you doing, blah blah blah, all basically, but not in that type of English, but basically telling him you're a fucking asshole. And he's, oh, that's entirely false, oh, that's false, oh, that's false, that's false. The dude's like, no, it's right here in paper, it's right here in front of you, oh, I don't recall. Bullshit. So basically, what the point I'm getting at, it doesn't matter to these entities like the FBI, the DHS, CIA, whoever is in charge of this program, right? Whatever entity is got their hand on the trigger, doesn't care about your consent. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about your freedom. You're an 8. right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, privacy. They don't care about any of that. Well, that's why I was getting at about how Doug was getting angry. He said he was sorry, and I'm like, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry for being a victim. Don't ever be sorry for being victimized. You you're not the problem. You don't you don't need to feel sorry for being victimized. Yeah. That's just it. Um Now, as far as who this technology should be reserved for, in my opinion, it should be destroyed. It shouldn't be reserved for anyone. But uh, as far as terrorists, now that is the key word there, terrorists. How do they deem a person a terrorist? Is it because they're an activist? Because they have an opinion about political, or world world oriented views? Is it because they theorize that the government is out to get them, which it sure seems to be sometimes? Um, which is it? Is it because they are a danger to the people, to the country, to the politics, or is it that they're a danger to the ideology of the people in the country and the politics? Um, After their civilization is being devastated, all the benefits of being civilized are going away. Well, uh, hello, Dave. Hi, Jack. Something you should not say on an airplane. Hi, Jack. Turnabout became fair play, and the factor in that equation is not there. There is no turnabout. That's just it. They're able to attack you. They're able to demean you, to shame you, defame you, harass you. But when you talk about it, that you're being harassed, you're the problem. There's no turnabout. There's no justice. There's no justice for the targeted individual. The person that the target, it doesn't matter that they're a decent person. It doesn't matter that they haven't done anything to fucking anyone else. It doesn't matter that they spend their time going about their business, their life. The scenarios are implemented, created, and effectually projected onto the victim. And they make shit up. They've they've made up so much shit about me. God, for fuck's sake, man, Stephen King would be hard pressed to try and invent all the stupid psychotic bullshit that they've invented. And he's got as much of a perverted mind about fucking demented shit as anybody I could think of. Sorry, I need no lighter. I don't know exactly how many years I've been targeted, but that doesn't matter anymore. That it's been more years than I want to bother to count. That one day the game is somewhat lackluster, like they're not bothering me so much, and then another day, for whatever reason, it's all of a sudden it's like every the whole operation, operational symphony is on fire. um, but it doesn't matter that you don't consent to being harassed and surveilled in your own home. It doesn't matter wherever you're at. It doesn't matter that you're on the street. um, you don't have a button that you can, or there's not a protocol that you can take to get it to stop. um, there's no hoops you have to jump through. There's no corporation, government entity you need to get in contact with to get it to stop. So what do you do? Yeah, I understand about the burnt out. Um, I am most assuredly with you on the being burnt out about this shit. Uh, that's kind of why last Friday I didn't I didn't do a live broadcast last Friday and talk about it. I'm sitting here not feeling well today. My COPD's acting up, and I've been coughing all day. I just took some medication. I'm not coughing at, at this point, but for the last 3 days, I haven't stopped coughing. The lungs are clogged up. Um, but I don't really care. No, uh, I don't believe in demons, but yeah, you're right. Uh, like per se, like demons, like you know, uh, whatever. But no, if you want to use the analogy of demons being psychotic, mis misdirected humans, yeah, I can go along with you there. But uh, yeah, I just I don't think that anybody will argue that if you could actually claim that a person is a reptile, like whether they actually have a physical body reptile that they are, um, you know, masking with some sort of technology to look human or whatever. Um, they don't. It doesn't have to be an actual snake to have the person be a snake. I mean, they don't have to have a forked tongue and sharp pupils, but or a rattle on their ass. But they're still a snake. I mean, they still slither and they're still just slimy, fucking creatures. That's just what I'm talking about. The slimy reptiles in charge of gang stalking and participating in gang stalking. I, I could I could iterate that. Yeah, they're like aliens. They're like demons because they're not. Something is fucking wrong with them in here, but and they have an issue with not having anything right here. There's nothing in there. It's kind of like Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz, that they should really be following the yellow brick road and trying to find a heart and a brain and courage, but I don't know. I don't perceive them ever stopping without an actual reckoning. I mean, granted, we all understand that we're being targeted, and we understand that there are hundreds of thousands of us in the world being targeted. I'm not just talking about the United States. I mean, I see a lot of people that come on and they want to localize this conspiracy to their little part of the world, but it's not. It's not just in Germany. It's not just in France. It's not just, in US. It's not just in Australia. These psychotic, fucking demented Legion of Doom are pretty much everywhere. The Operation Wizard of Oz, it's the CIA, right? Well, actually, I was watching something that had to do with cyber that had something to do with the military, but it wasn't. It was kind of like they were in collaboration with CIA, but when they were trying to infiltrate ISIS back in the day, and they did a lot of stuff, but this thing isn't focused on like terrorist groups like ISIS or Al Qaeda. This is just they're just pointing fingers at regular everyday people wherever the fuck you're at. I mean, down the street in your little hometown of 5,000 people, they're picking out your neighbor and targeting them. So it's not like they're trying to root out, cells of terrorists. They're creating a problem where there wasn't one. because the people they're targeting are just everyday citizens. They're not doing anything to anyone, but they're projecting all this bad shit onto this person, that they're crazy, that they're going to do something dangerous, or that they're a pedo, or that they're a murderer, blah, 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 blah. And that's what these groups of fucking people do. They create bullshit to put a target on your back. Everything they do is a falsehood. Even if it has a minute portion based in fact, they will manipulate it to be the most terrible, horrendous fucking thing that could possibly happen on the planet, and that you're doing it. You're doing it. Sitting here, right where I'm at, I'm doing it. I'm doing all of it. Every bad thing that ever happened, everywhere, the dinosaurs, when they were extinct, all that shit, everything, every bad thing that ever happened, is you now. You're it. You're the fucking worst human on the planet. That's how these fuckers act. But I digress. It still doesn't matter if you consent. I mean, when you are arrested and you are taken into jail and you're set down in an interrogation room, you have to consent. When you are in a war zone somewhere, right? you were in a war zone and now you're a captive. You have to consent. Because unless you consent, nothing they have done has any warrant. Nothing they've said to you, nothing they've done to you, is makes you liable. Nothing you've said. You could tell them you'd fucking shoot their fucking ass bitch in the head, whatever. You can do all that shit. None of it means jack shit, because why? Why is it important that you consent? If they can just flat out say that all this shit you did, they can make up whatever the fuck they want about you, about everybody around you, and it's taken as gospel without your consent. It boils down to this. There's a lot of people I see that say that these people aren't killing people, they're not going to harm you. That's their objective, is to kill you. They want you dead. They want you just to disappear. They want you gone. That's their goal. That's the main goal, to make you disappear. To make you not talk, make you whatever. That's the goal. What answers? What answers? I want to hear them. What are the answers? I like answers. We need answers for this shit. But I mean, personally, they've invaded my Facebook. They've invaded. They've manipulated my address, things to do with my postal service. They've done stuff with my credit. They've messed with someone using my transcripts from college. They've done all kinds of stuff. They've done they've done so much of it. Created fake profiles for me. You created fictitious entities where that's whatever. I just like, it doesn't matter what you do. There's there's no agency you can go to get any kind of help with this because they're all fucking involved in it. They're all involved in it. There's no other way that it could just keep going on and on and on and on and nothing ever be done. No one ever talk about it. Nothing gets done about it unless every fucking buddy already knows about it and is involved in it. There's no way that they could keep this covered up like this in plain sight forever unless just every fucking buddy knows about it. I mean, it's obvious everybody does know about it. Like I said, you can Google search gang stalking jobs. Everybody wants a fucking gang stalking job. They're all over the place. But everybody says they won't do this shit, but there are fucking hundreds of thousands of people doing it. I personally am not going to do it, but I know my neighbors are doing it, so why the fuck, what? Gang stalking. I mean, do I have to prove that again that I can Google right now and fucking find fucking 25 fucking gang stalking jobs right here in my neighborhood? Right here. I guarantee you. Right now. Urgent. Just Google gang stalking jobs. You're going to find them in your fucking area where they got scumbags fucking targeting you. Yeah, I've watched Fight Club before. Well, that you're absolutely right there, Dave. They want to take away your everyday rights, just everyday privileges. Well, like I'm saying, if it doesn't matter that you consent and you tell them to stop and leave you alone, it doesn't matter if you send them a cease and desist letter. It doesn't matter if you get restraining orders. It doesn't matter if you report it to the police. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's still going to go on. They're still going to do it. They're still going to invade your mind with brain computer interface technology. They're still going to fucking spy on you with LiDAR from 3 houses over. They're still going to use acoustic weapons to cause people to have fucking heart attacks. They're going to keep doing that shit. They're not going to stop. They're going to keep using directed energy weapons. They didn't invent the shit to let it sit in a box somewhere. They invented to use it on people, and they're doing it. I think that's probably about it. I don't know where else I'm going to go. I mean, with this, I mean, lately I haven't been really interested in doing any research because it's not helping. I don't feel like I'm doing anything. It's just like everybody already knows this shit. Everybody all knows this shit. Know what they're fucking doing to you. They know what they're doing to me. Everybody fucking knows it. Everybody knows it. I mean, I have 300 plus fucking videos on this subject. Over half of them have citations, physical evidence. The fuck do you have? What do I have to do? Do I have to, I don't know, create a fucking Iron Man outfit or a Batman outfit, become fucking super vigilante, fucking gang stalker destroyer? What? What the fuck? I mean, really. But, um, and I'm just talking about my 300 videos. I'm not talking about the fucking 300,000 other videos of other targeted individuals have dealing with the same thing. The people that are in my chat right now that are talking about the same shit I'm talking about happening to them. Maybe your fucking neighbor right next door to you right now is the one spying on you or being spied on and harassed and threatened or threatening and harassing. It's like which sneeches had the stars and which haven't got stars. Where's your gang stalker star on your stomach, Sneech? Right? And on the background, there's fucking what the dude that's selling the Sneeches the star machine. Oh, here, you Sneech, run through this machine right here, and you'll have these stars, and then you'll be better than these other fucking Sneeches. And then he'll go run over these other fucking Sneeches and sell them. We're gonna put some more stars on you. That makes you better than these Sneeches. Where the fuck? What the fuck? Like what we were saying about the CIA Wizard of Oz program. Who's that motherfucker behind the curtain, man? Who are you behind the curtain doing this to all of these fucking people? Who the fuck do you think you are? Well, philosophically speaking, my wife brought it up earlier. Everyone has an opinion. They're like assholes. Just some of them smell worse than others. Well, maybe one day, right? Okay, like in the future, the future, the future. When the technology isn't only reserved for the gang stalkers to execute their little programs on everybody who they decide. Maybe when they're eating it themselves. Maybe when they're being harassed 24/7 by V2K and remote neural monitoring and noise campaigns. They're gonna say, "Damn, why did I do this to anybody else? Now they're doing it to me." Because when they're done with us, that they're doing it to now, they're gonna have to have a new target. Well, I do have a. Oh shit! You already have one. I do have a an opinion on that. Um, there is a lot to be said for minding your own fucking business. But uh, I am absolutely in agreement with you on that topic right there, Tanya. Right here. Should the gang stalkers, the the people inflicting, this torture on others, be on the receiving end? That's what I mean. When one day when this shit isn't just reserved for them, um, but being able to harass and torture people for no good reason. Um, I am fully of the opinion that when and if any of this does come out, that they try to destroy people with this, that it will end up destroying everyone. Um, from the first day I was afflicted with B2K and remote neuromind, very first day I noticed that these assholes were starting to scream in my ear and, you know, fucking with your head. The first thing I thought about was, this is like going to be the ender of society. This device, this horrible brain computer interface technology, AI ain't going to be shit compared to this. When you have people manipulating other people, uh-uh, there's not going to be a society after that. When other men are able to control other men, actual control them, there's no more society. There's no free will. There will be no freedom, no freedom of speech, critical thinking, independent thought. There won't. It'll disappear. Um, because regardless, okay, let's say you've lived with someone your entire life, right? You've loved someone for your entire life, right? What do you think would happen if you were able to read each other's thoughts one day? All of a sudden, one day, you knew you could just read every single thought. You knew everything they ever thought. I'm just gonna leave you with that. You can think about that. That person sitting next to you, if you could see everything they thought, would you want to? Really think about it, because you don't want to. I'm going to end the broadcast. Thanks.